From the Las Vegas Strip studio in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Bettor Center Live. I'm your host, Brad Stein. Welcome to another edition. You could join us 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time daily on LouisDiamond.com. Also on YouTube at Louis Diamond. We have two pro handicappers today to help make us a little money. Welcome to week number 1, the first Sunday of the National Football League. Always very exciting. Plus, later, our handicappers will give their most interesting play of the day. Sunday's back, guys. Welcome to the show. We have Louis Diamond, Louis D, and Tony Gullidge.
Hey, good morning.
Hey,
Brad. Good morning, Brad.
Congratulations. The North Carolina Tar Heels beat up on a really tough Syracuse team. So I know you're gloating there. I know you're a little happy. But we're going to get right into the National Football League. We're going to start with game number 1, boys. The Dolphins at the Patriots, -6.5, over-under at 42. We'll start with Tony. What are your thoughts on game number 1?
Hey, I'm going to keep it very short today so we can get all these picks in so we can go bet them and watch these games. I've got a smaller play on New England for my members list. I'm going to give you all the plays off my inner circle today. This is one of them, a smaller play on the Patriots, lay the points.
Louis D. Louis D., what are your thoughts on game number 1? All right, we'll come back to Louis D. We're going to go to game number 3. Tony, the Jets at the Buffalo Bills, -6.5 for Buffalo. The over-under came in at 38.5. What are your thoughts for game number 3?
Well, this is a game I pondered quite a bit. Eventually, I decided to lay off, although I was really leaning to Buffalo. I just don't like the feel of laying it in game 1. I think the Jets are going to be sneaky, although I have no faith in Darnold. I think he's a total bust. I think people that thought he was going to be good I don't know what these guys look at when they come up with these prospects, but he never, to me, looked like a pro material in college, and it's transitioned into the NFL. The guy, to me, he's not that good. I don't think he'll ever be that good. So with that said, I'm going to pass on this one with a lean to Buffalo.
No love for Sam Darnold. I'll tell you what the scouts liked. He had a pretty good arm, pretty good athlete. He went to USC. They think it's like the alma mater for all star Pro Bowl quarterbacks. But I kind of agree with you. I wouldn't say he's great. I wouldn't say bust, but I think he has a chance to be pretty good. But like Pro Bowl level, Tom Brady, Hall of Famer, I don't think so. Okay, so we got your picks. Louis D., anything yet? Okay, then we're going to head to game number 4, Tony. The Raiders -3 at the Carolina Panthers. That's an over-under at 47.5. What are your thoughts for game number 4?
Okay, well, this game is going to be my NFL top bet for week 1. With Cam Newton gone, Ron Rivera's gone. To me, Ron Rivera was a mediocre coach in terms of strategical X and O's. He is a good motivator, but I don't think losing him in terms of game management. I complained about the guy for years, even though he's won 2-time. That's the joke. You can't fire the 2-time coach of the year. I think the guy wasn't that good at X's and O's. I expect Bridgewater to manage the team to much the same way he did for the Saints when he stepped in last year during the Breeze injury. He has McCaffrey to hand off and to dump it to out of the backfield. That's key. Get it to him out in the flat. Get rid of the ball quick. Get it to McCaffrey. Here's the entire crux to why I view this as the best play, and it's due to the fact that the Raiders are horrible. I just want to make sure I got my numbers right here. And my eyesight is terrible. You got to excuse me for just a second. The last 4 seasons, the Raiders are 0-4 against the spread as a road favorite, losing 3 of them straight up. And those 3 losses were total beatings. In 2019, they were 3.5-point favorites to the Jets, and they lost 34-3. In 2018, they were a 1-point favorite at San Francisco. They lost 34-3. In 2017, they were a 3.5-point favorite at Washington. They lost 27-10. So they got pounded all 3 times. The one time they won as a road favorite, they were laying 12 points at Cincinnati when most of the 5 starters were gone, including quarterback, receiver for Cincinnati. They only won the game 17-10, so they didn't cover. So and the Raiders are 5-19 on the road the last 3 seasons. There's nothing here that makes me think the Raiders are going to turn the corner that quick. even a 5-win Panther team from last year, if they match that total, this would be one of the 5 that you would think they would win. I think the play here is to take the couple points, the field goal, Carolina +3, and that's my top pick in the NFL this week.
All right, Diamond, welcome back to Bettor Center Live on YouTube at Louis Diamond, also at louisdiamond.com. You have a lot of catching up to do, and we'll start right there. Game number 4, the Raiders -3, Panthers. I know you liked Carolina a couple days ago. Has anything changed? You over under at 47.5.
No. Yes, I still believe in Carolina here as well. I agree with Tony. I caught half of what he said as I jumped back in. And, number one, terrible road team, 7-15-1 against the number, the last 23 road games, traveling from the left coast to the east coast, playing in an early scenario, 17-36-1 as a favorite. So, and 0-3-1 as a road favorite. I got to still be riding with Carolina, and I think it's one of the better plays of the day.
No love for your hometown Raiders, Louis D. I'm disappointed, but I totally understand. We're going to jump back to game number 1 with you, and we're going to go the Dolphins at the Patriots, -6.5, over under 42. Who do you like? What do you like?
Dolphins, Patriots. Real quick, I still believe in Belichick because I'm going to give you a great piece of advice. Bet coaches, guys. Look for the coaches because the coaches dictate the way the games get played. And I believe that Belichick will still be the head coach there. So I'm riding with him on the teaser or the money line. I definitely think they're going to win the game outright. They'll probably cover. I don't want to lay them points in a divisional game out of the gate, but they've owned them 9-3 at home 75% of the time. And I believe Cam is going to be just fine underneath Belichick's guidance. And so I think New England and the under, probably a 24-14 game.
Game number 3, Jets at your Buffalo Bills, -6.5. Lots of expectations with Buffalo. We know Tony's opinion on Sam Darnold, not a big fan. The over-under at 38.5. What do you have to add?
Down to 38.5 now. So, what I have to add, Big Rick was supposed to be coming from the stadium, but he must be the wicked witch of the east or west or whoever melts in water because the rain and the monsoon kept him home today. And but the winds are high. The under was a play beforehand. Now we got the winds and the monsoon weather. I got to imagine this will be a solid underplay here today with some strong winds up there in Orchard Park. You got the Bills defense still strong. Darnold, I'm not a fan either. I don't think he's the man, but I do believe the Jets have always kept themselves tight with the Bills. So I think it's a 17-13 Buffalo Bills victory up there in Buffalo. Play that under.
Moving along to game number 5, the Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. I find this to be one of the most interesting matchups. Seahawks -3, over under 49. Tony, what are your thoughts?
Well, I just want to, based on what I know for the years, Atlanta here, bounce back season, I think. I think Atlanta's going to improve off last season. I think they were actually getting better, just decimated with injuries. Atlanta's always been sharp. If you followed Matt Ryan over his career, bet him at home and fade him on the road, you would have made a buttload of cash. I'm going to follow that pattern in the season opener. Look for Atlanta to have a bounce back here, and it starts today with a win at Seattle. Play Atlanta here.
All right. I will take that advice. Louis D., you agree, disagree?
No, I'm going to disagree a little bit, but it doesn't mean I think Seattle's really the play either. I think you got a tough game. Atlanta has a history of starting out of the gate slow. For anybody that's followed my career, I've been a Russell Wilson fan from NC State to Wisconsin through the NFL. He's made me a lot of money, and I do like to focus around him because I have a lot of confidence in him. But they're going on, we talked about it on Thursday, going from the left coast to the east coast. Seattle, yes. The last 4 games for Pete Carroll, it's either 3-0 or 3-0-1, depending if you got a push on the one game. But before that, they were 0-9. So I am not sold on that move. It just could have been the matchups. So I'm going to kind of stay away from the game, but I do think that it'll probably be an over. I think you're going to see an exciting game.
Game number 9, division foes, the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings, -2.5 with an over-under 45. Bag of diamonds, we start with you.
This game, I believe Minnesota's probably the better team this year. Minnesota has some question marks with me with their offensive line, if they're going to be able to pull off some offense, if Cousins going to have the time to be able to do things this year. So I got some question marks with there. But I have a lot more question marks with the Packers. I think that their record was inflated. I don't think they're as good. I think there will be they will have a downfall. But this is a tough game. It's a tough divisional game. I'm going to give a little edge towards the home team. But the Packers, I believe, got them twice last year. So it scares me a little bit. What do you got, Tone?
Well, I pretty much agree. I got a small play on the Vikings. I will note that I did make some notes here that the Packers, yes, the record last year, I think, was smoke and mirrors. I think their record will definitely be less wins than last year. So I think at the beginning of the season, the price will be heavy, overly bet due to the perception from last year's record. So your average Joe won't realize that, hey, that was kind of smoke and mirrors. Like the pros like me and Lou, we kind of know that, hey, 13-3, come on. Team wasn't that good. Rodgers, we'll see. This is a key year for Rodgers. If he can get through this
Coach
year and
Rodgers.
get him back, if he can get back in there and get in the playoffs, I'll tip my cap to the guy. But I think this is going to be a tough year for the Packers with a tough schedule. So to open this up, I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to play Minnesota -2.5, smaller play, but I like the Vikings.
All right, fair enough. That moves us to game number 10, the San Diego Chargers. Make it the LA Chargers. I still can't get that out of my head. -3 at Louis Diamond, Cincinnati Bengals, over under 42. Louis D, you have to start your Bengals, right? This is your Super Bowl favorite.
Now, Super Bowl favorite to be. I'm hoping that Burrows has the coaching that he'll need underneath him. But like I said in the preseason show, any quarterback that has a dad that's willing to bet all that money on his son to become the Heisman Trophy winner, and then the kid takes that pressure and performs so beautifully all season long, it's got my vote of confidence to come into the NFL strong. So, and the 3-point underdog kind of shows that, because Cincinnati really is a terrible team. Was a terrible team. So they probably should have been at least a touchdown underdog here. So, I think the odds makers are kind of onto it as well. Burrows will be real. So I'm just going to hope, keep my fingers crossed, but I do believe Cincinnati gets the win. Let's see what Tony's got.
Yeah, Tony, what do you got?
Okay, I guess I'm going to be playing what you would call the backside of what Lou was discussing. I agree, Burrows was a stud at LSU. I made plenty of money backing him, but I think traditionally, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty positive that a rookie NFL quarterback starting his first game, his record is dog shit. I like I say, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know it's terrible.
Most rookie quarterbacks are dog shit.
Yes, I get that, Lou, but until we see them on the field, I don't want to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm a show me kind of guy. So just with that, everybody seems to like Burrows in this spot. I'm going to play small play on the other side of that. I'm going to take the Chargers here. I think if they're going to do anything, the Chargers, all they seem to do is disappoint. Year after year, even when they have good teams, they find ways to lose. But I'm going to back them here since everybody is on the Burrows bandwagon early. I'm gonna be the guy that says, you know what? Show me something first, kid. Then I'll back you. I'm gonna fade him like every other rookie starter in this league in their first game. They don't win. Small play Chargers.
Coming up next, more NFL Week number 1 with Tony and Louie. You are watching Bettor Center Live.
Brad Stein here live from Las Vegas. Join us daily for Bettor Center Live with our professional handicappers, where you get sports information you can bet on. Stop gambling, start winning. Bettor Center Live.
Welcome back to Bettor Center Live on LouisDiamond.com. Also check out YouTube at Louis Diamond. I'm Brad. We have Tony and Mr. Louis Diamond. We're breaking down NFL week number 1. I can't believe it's here, but it is very exciting. And welcome back once again. Let's move on with game number 11. The Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers lost the Super Bowl. Might be a hangover. They're -7 with an over-under 47. Tony G, start us off.
Good point you made with the hangover. I think there always is, losing the Super Bowl. Plus, what people gambling at NFL sometimes don't realize is you have the first place schedule. You win your division, your schedule gets tougher. You finish last place, your schedule's a little easier in theory. And a lot of times it does work out. I just think the Cardinals always play the 49ers tough. I think Arizona might be set up to do something here. I don't want to over speculate, but the way they play the Niners, the way they hang tough with San Francisco, and a touchdown has me playing Arizona week 1. So that's my play. Take Arizona.
Louis D, I'm hearing Murray could be an MVP candidate. Are you buying the hype with Arizona?
All day long, baby. All day long. So you need to bet them on the over wins this season, and you need to start riding that train. Giving me a touchdown here. Now it's down to 6.5, but it really had opened up at 9. Speculated this earlier, and I definitely am a Kyle Murray fan. I think that he will have a lot of value. 49ers, the hangover is real, guys. Laying too many points in this matchup. 7-18-1 the last 26 games as a favorite. The Cardinals, 4 out of the last 5 they've covered against them. But Kyler Murray is going to be the man this year. So he'll get there ahead of Burrows, but Burrows will overpass him. But they're both going to be there. Those are your 2 star makers in the NFL.
According to you, yes.
Thank you, Nostradamus.
Oh yeah, that's my job, Nostradamus.
All right, guys, we're ready for game number 12.
I rode Russell Wilson right through college, right through everything, and I was on the Don Best videos. Go call Don Best. I rode that train big time, and I am riding the Burrows train. I rode Ben Roethlisberger big time. I had that all on video. So at the end of the day, I got these 2 quarterbacks down. They're money makers. Stick with them.
All right, thanks. That is a good train. I've been following Russell Wilson since baseball. That brings us to one of the most intriguing games of Sunday, at least. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints, -3.5, over under 47.5. Tom Brady, his first game. Lack of continuity with the receivers. Is that going to be a play right here, Tony?
I tell you what, my gut here is begging me to take New Orleans, but I'm going to lay off for week 1, just kind of watch and see what happens down there in Tampa Bay. The Saints have disappointed. There used to be gold in these kind of situations, short spreads at home. But the past few years, it's not been quite as golden, so I've kind of started laying off that angle. Division game always can be tough, can be tight. I'm going to lay off here. My gut says New Orleans, but it's not worthy of a play in week 1, I don't think.
Bag of diamonds. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I got the same gut feeling that Tony has here. I don't think the Tom Brady train will be a very successful train. I don't think it's going to be very unsuccessful. But in the beginning, I see him overpriced. But then again, I think the numbers really right. I'm not seeing the value at New Orleans. They could very well put a spanking on, but it's a divisional game, and Tampa's does their this isn't a strange matchup for the rest of the ball club. So I got a gut on the Saints, but I kind of think that Brady comes within the number. I think they're going to give you guys a great game. to sell this NFL football season this year. So, but possibly a nice little over. Possibly.
Over.
But
Possibly.
But Brady's just not gelling. But that's not going to slow down. That's not going to slow down the Saints. They're going to put points on the board, so Brady's going to be forced. He's going to, and he's still Brady, so have a little respect, But not a lot of money on the game. I can't see a big bet. I say bet what you kind of want to root for and enjoy a good game.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Hashtag Tommy in Tampa Bay, where I went to college, my alma mater. All right, that brings us to game number 13, boys. The overhyped Dallas Cowboys, the Notre Dame of college football, the New York Yankees of Major League Baseball, the Duke of college basketball. Sorry, Tony, had to go there. Duke, not North Carolina. A little bit, maybe. A little bit more polarizing. But the Cowboys on the road against the Rams. Cowboys -3, 51.5. Tony, you can start.
Tell you, usually I say fade Dallas, but I think this is one time you pick your spots when to play them. I'm not a huge fan. This is a small enough spread where the thing that makes Dallas good in my eyes is that offensive line. Some of their skill player, I'm not sold on Dak. The running back's decent, but he looks like he's disinterested halftime. Ezekiel Elliott. The receivers kind of underperform. I think the only part of that team and the defense, too, at times will step up. But that offensive line of the Cowboys is what gets them wins. Without that offensive line, that team is junk, in my opinion. They're, struggle to be 8-8 any year of the week. But, yeah, to me, junk is a team that just can't make the playoffs. You got the huge payroll, and you're not getting to the playoffs, year after year after year. The Cowboys, for all the hype they get, they've won, 2 playoff games in a quarter century, man. They don't win. I mean, how much hype can you give to a team that doesn't win? So with that said, though, I think this is a spot. The Rams, I think the cat is out of the bag on how to kind of slow them down. Maybe some of these young coordinators, people have them on film, so some of the old guys like me can go study what they're doing that's effective and try to make adjustments over time. We'll see how that plays out this year. But in this spot, I'm going to back the Cowboys. Small play actually, I got it in the middle pack. So it's a middle grade play. Dallas Cowboys lay the 2.5. Actually, I got it at 2. Lay the 2 points against the Rams.
Tony, the Cowboys don't win. That was with the ginger. No offense, of course. They have Mike McCarthy, a Super Bowl winning coach.
They don't win, man. When's the last playoff win? I was there the year Carolina beat Dallas in the playoffs at Carolina. I was there when Deion Sanders got knocked out cold with his helmet flipped up on the side of his head.
Right.
They beat up Aikman. I mean, I think that was the last time the Cowboys were in a playoff game of that magnitude. So, and that's a long time ago, man. That's a long time ago. So why now? Why this year? Tell me why this year is the year.
I don't know. Why don't you tell us, Louis D, and tell us how great those Rams are a couple years off the Super Bowl losing performance.
I can tell you how bad the Rams are a couple years off the Super Bowl. This is that, and why is Dallas a media darling? Because they will be the media darling this year. They fit the narrative. I touched on it a little bit. 1984 is here. So I will keep my eye on Dallas getting some special treatment in the NFL. But neither here nor there without that thought process. Let's just look at the game. Rams are at best a 50-50 ball club this year. I don't see them doing much better than that. And Dallas, I do see them having a successful year with or without any help of the referees. They will have a successful year because offensive lines win games. Coaches win games. Okay? Quarterback cannot be a superstar without a great offensive line. Running back can't be a superstar without a great offensive line. Dallas has that. So you're not going to be able to take that away from them. What's going to probably take away from them is the McCarthy-Jones thing. That's where you got to keep your eye on with Dallas. Is Jones going to sit back, keep his mouth shut, because that's really what they're all asking him to do. They're asking him to keep his mouth shut off the field, and now he has McCarthy to keep his mouth shut on the field. That's probably a recipe for disaster at some point. We'll see if they can keep it on. But right now, without a doubt, I think the Cowboys are definitely a play. It's a mismatch. The Rams aren't going to be able to hang with this team if Cowboys go out there and play their game. Simple as that. Both A games come out.
Brings us. What was that?
Sorry, I was just saying, if both teams bring their A game, it's an easy cakewalk for Dallas.
Okay.
And I'm thinking they're both going to try to bring their A game.
And that brings us to the most interesting play of the day. We're going to start with Bag of Diamonds because you were on fire with that little analysis right there. So you take it away. What's your most interesting play of the day? So
it's very interesting because it will be a Bag of Diamonds should this most interesting play of the day come through. Obviously, the Cleveland and Minnesota series is still an underplay. Even though it went over yesterday, we're still rolling that under. But really, the most interesting play of the day today are the Arizona Cardinals on the money line. Look for an outright win here. I expect them to beat the San Francisco 49ers up in San Fran today. Cash the ticket with the Arizona Cardinals.
Cash it, boys. You heard that. Gullich, what do you have for us?
All right, most interesting play of the day. Go to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's going to be the Panthers. I want to see if the Raiders can overcome this 0-4 the last 3 seasons against the spread as a road favorite, with those 3 losses being by an average of 25 points straight up. So I think that's the most interesting play, why the Raiders are favored here and what's going to happen. Carolina Panthers, I believe they're going to win this game, but we'll see. That's my most interesting play of the day.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much to Louis Diamond, Tony Gullich, and, of course, special thanks to Eugene, our technical director, supervisor, and producer at Spotlight Films. Guys, if you don't play, you won't win. Remember, Bettor Center Live. You can watch us on YouTube at louisdiamond.com. And have a wonderful day. We'll catch you tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Brad. You're watching Bettor Center Live.